Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's me, Dania Hussain, your host for today for She Talk Season 2. She Talk Season 2 is a platform which celebrates women voices, journeys, and inspiring stories. So, today we have with us one such inspiring woman who is Bhavika Tadani, and she has her own brand which is called Priyankara, and it is dealing in organic clothing line. This is an exclusive organic clothing line which has been initiated by Miss Bhavika. So now we would like to welcome Miss Bhavika to our show She Talks Season 2. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we would like to discover few things about you. So over to you, Miss Bhavika.
Thank you so much for having me. And it's a pleasure where you get a platform to talk about what exactly are you doing, the challenges you've had, and how you're going to take it forward. So, thank you.
So great. So let's discover your journey about Priyankara. So we have few
Absolutely.
questions for you.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Can you tell us the story behind Priyankara? How did it all began?
How did it all begin? Okay. So, something which is very personally connected to me. As when I was 16, I lost my mom due
Okay.
to cancer, breast cancer. That was the time when doctors gave us a lot of information. This is 30 years back, when cancer was like
Okay.
not a very okay thing. It was a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
scary disease.
Yes, yes, of
So we
course.
got a lot of information, should not wear this, do this, eat
Okay.
this,
Okay.
so on and so forth. God has gifted us with amazing memory. You take care of everything for a year and two, and then you forget about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was forgotten and dusted. Recently, we realized that my daughter has a lot of skin problems. So she gets a lot of boils on her skin. She can't wear
Yeah.
synthetic. So do I. We both
Yes.
can't wear anything which is a flowy synthetic fabric.
Okay.
And being a professional, being a teacher, it was very difficult to be dressed in very simple clothes because you need to look in a certain way,
Yes.
especially in Dubai.
Yes.
So we started digging into it. Like what can be worn, which is good for our skin, yet it looks formal. Doesn't look
Yeah.
too, house clothes or
Yes.
too casual.
Of course.
So that is the time when I started researching about. And this brand was born.
Great. So I think all the clothes that you're wearing are designed. You're designing it as well.
Yes. So I'm designing it keeping in mind that if I have to go back to work or if I have to go for a meetup or a podcast, can I carry my outfit without it looking casual, graceful, yet formal, yet comfortable for my skin? And the day I discard it, it's good for the environment.
Great, amazing. So, what inspired you to start your brand and, keeping it focused in the organic and the plant diet clothing?
So, as I said, I was a kindergarten teacher for more than a decade.
Yeah.
We keep teaching in Dubai. I mean, this is thanks to
Yeah.
the city. You teach a lot to the children that you should take care of the environment. It's very important. Carrying your tote bag, taking your
Yeah.
water bottle, no
Of course.
plastic, so on
Yeah,
and so
of
forth.
course.
So that was one big thing for me that when I'm teaching something, I'm supposed to be exhibiting it.
Of course.
So we started from there. And as I said, skin was always an issue. So from there, we started researching. So it was my husband and I basically who went on to a deep research. We took almost 2.5 years to find out something which was that organic, that genuine, that we can actually say that yes, we can start our own brand.
Amazing. So also, the name, the Priyankara itself feels soulful. Does it carry any special meaning, Priyankara?
The biggest meaning is my daughter's name is Priyanka.
Okay.
Since it all came into action somewhere
Yeah.
because of her,
Yeah.
so we were actually looking out for name. My husband was very keen for looking a name which is organic something, like how you have, organic
Yeah.
basket, organic nature, something with nature, something with organic, which gives you an understanding that it is an organic brand. nothing was catching my eye. Nothing was making me feel. And then some which were really nice were already taken. So
Okay.
this also took a couple of months to find a good name. And I was just sitting and Googling, like, what can the name be?
Yeah.
And I just put my daughter's name.
Yeah.
And it popped up as Priyankara, which is something nice, pleasing to your eyes, to your surrounding, which makes you happy.
Okay.
Got it. So I
Great.
said something which, the way we say, I'm going to leave a legacy
Yeah,
behind for my
of
daughter.
course.
It's her name and
Yeah.
her brand. So the only difference is Priyanka is her name, but we added
Yeah.
Priyankara to make it more soulful.
Amazing. So, many people still confuse organic with just being chemical free. And what does organic and plant based diet clothing truly mean for Priyanka? So, what is the difference between, we are saying organic is there and then chemical free is there? So, what is the actual difference?
So when we say organic,
Yeah.
even when you go for fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
when you go to a store and you
Yes.
look out for organic, when the price says it, a regular price is 1 dirham. Say coriander.
Yeah.
Regular coriander you get for 1 dirham,
Yeah.
organic you get for 3.
Yes.
First difference.
Yeah.
But the base difference is when you buy anything organic, it's the process in which it's been grown.
Okay.
So when we were looking at organic clothing, we went for an amazing event which was happening in Delhi. It was a big fair for clothes, and we went with a lot of excitement that we are going to get a lot of vendors, a lot of clothing.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, people say that we are organic. But if you know, in India, there is a certification. I mean, worldwide, there is a certification given to organic clothes, which is called GOTS certified, GOTS. It's Global Organic Textile Standards. When you ask the vendors, do you have that? They say no because it's expensive. So we don't pick, we don't source that. Now, how do I know that you're organic? Because you don't have a certificate.
Yes.
I don't know your procedure of growing because
Of
I'm
course.
not there. So we solely looked for people who were ready to share how are they manufacturing it, how are they doing it, are they certified, are they open with all their details so that we are confident enough for what we are selling. So hence we met people, we went, we checked, we literally gone through a kind of a workshop for one day. We tried ourselves how herbally dyed fabrics mean. We saw their whole manufacturing unit. We saw the herbs which they were actually growing and how they are converted into
Yes.
paste. They have taken 20 years
Yeah.
to get it patented.
Okay.
But still, there is a difference. When you see our purple, it
Yeah.
doesn't look the purple which you get in the market.
Okay.
It is purple, but it's not that perfect purple. So that itself tells you that it is herbally grown. So something which comes with a certificate, unfortunately, because we can't go and see how the work is happening. So it comes with a certificate. It visually looks it's organic because the colors are known to you, but they're
Yes.
still not the perfect color. So that's what we really take onus of, and we take pride in saying so.
So, how do you source your fabrics and dyes to ensure they're eco-friendly and sustainable?
So exactly the same thing. Now we
Yeah.
have our set manufacturers
Yeah.
where we have visited the unit, we've seen how the place is, how their work is, how authentic they are. And finally now we know that we are dealing with 3 of them, and that's it.
Okay.
So there are 2 ways. There is one which is herbally dyed. See, every fabric can't be herbally dyed. Every thread can't be herbally dyed.
Yes.
Like the outfit which I'm wearing, this is handloom.
Okay.
Now, handloom is something where you first dye the thread,
Yeah.
fix it on a kind of a,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say machine, but it's more of handwork.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
have a kind of design stuff for them.
Yes, yes.
And then they weave it.
Okay.
So now this can't be herbally dyed because it's difficult for them to go through this process. So these are azo-free dye. There's no chemical. There are organic threads
Yeah.
which are dyed without chemical, the dye which is used.
Yes.
And then they weave it.
Okay.
So they weave it with the kind of colors. Sometimes we ask them.
Okay.
Sometimes, generally, when they're making a big lot, we order from that.
Okay. Great. So that's a very different technique.
Yes, it is. It is not actually different. It's our ancient technique,
Yeah, yeah.
which we are not much aware of, unfortunately.
Yes, definitely. But I think, don't you think it's like like requires too much of human labor? Because right now we are doing everything with machines.
See, that touch of human
Of course. Yeah.
is always needed. I remember I met someone who told me that it was a parent. I had asked him to come and meet me and just have a conversation about his child, that we still need a little help from y'all to push him. He told me, why are you pushing the kids to study? There is Robo who's taken over your job.
Yeah.
Okay? Kids can type and get the spellings. Why do you need it?
Of course.
But can I really see a robot taking over a kindergarten teacher's job? I really don't think so. Until and unless we come up with something which is very emotionally equivalent to us. Because a 4-year-old child, when walks into the school, he doesn't need a teacher. He needs a teacher who's more of a mom and a comfort.
Yes.
I think we still have long way to reach there.
Definitely.
So yes, something which is man-made is unique in its own way, I feel.
Okay, great. So, what are some of the challenges you face in keeping the brand 100% sustainable?
Now there is no challenge. The
Okay,
challenge was
great.
when we were sourcing the fabric.
Okay.
Now since we have sourced our fabric, now there is no challenge. Now the only challenge I face is the stitching part. So the
Okay.
fabric is sourced from India. We get the complete roll, the yard, and then we get it stitched in Dubai. Because if I stitch 500 pieces, I know it turns out to be very cheaper if I get them stitched from India in a bulk of, like, say 100 small, 100 medium, 100 large, 100 XL, so on and so forth. But then the point is, the day I'm left with stock, I'm going to put up sale.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go on sale, I have to again put it back on the landfill, because for how long can a fabric stay?
Yeah, of course.
So to take away that and to keep it genuinely authentic and sustainable, each piece is stitched depending on the client. What I'm wearing,
Yeah.
this is my piece, only I stitched for myself.
Okay.
When there were 2 more orders for it, we got it stitched as per their requirement, their sizing, so that
Okay.
there is no wastage.
Okay, great. So also, you describe your clothing as skin loving. So can you explain how plant dyed fabrics impact your health and differently than conventional clothing?
Okay, so if you take your normal outfit,
Yeah.
which is synthetic,
Yes.
wash it.
Yeah.
If it's not that good brand, you will smell it.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes, when you open
Yeah.
the washing machine,
Yeah,
you can
yeah, yeah.
smell it.
Yeah.
That's first thing which we know, that there is loads of chemical there. We all know, we all have studied that probably when we were in grade 3 or 4 in science, that our pores, our skin is the biggest organ of our body, because our complete body is covered by our skin.
Yes.
We have pores.
Yes.
Sweat is basically
Yeah.
a way of,
Yeah.
releasing the heat from the body. Now, when I'm wearing something which is chemical and I'm walking in Dubai with 40 degrees,
Yeah.
my open pores are going to take whatever is on the skin.
Yes.
What am I wearing on the skin? Chemicals.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to harm you to that level, because we have been
Yeah.
wearing this fabric since ages now.
Yeah.
But somewhere it is contributing to our illness.
Yes.
Secondly, when we discard it, thanks to the fast fashion, you get sale. You can pick
Yeah.
up tops for 50 dirhams and 60 dirhams. You want to wear it for 10 times and then discard it. They're just piling up in the nature.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it. Even if you donate it,
Yeah.
there are many people who are very conscious. They go for the donation box. But still, there is a life. If
Yeah.
someone else also wears it 20 more times, tone, you can't repair it. If you can't stitch it, you throw it. And then it's just lying down. Is exactly that what we are wanting? I guess no. So when I'm wearing something which is herbally dyed,
Yeah.
even if my skin is, my pores are open, they are soaking it in, they are soaking only herbs in,
Okay.
which I think is absolutely perfect, because that is what you eat. So what you
Yeah.
can eat, if it goes through your skin, it's perfectly fine.
Great. So that's a very nice way, I think.
Thank you.
So, how do you balance style and sustainability, ensuring that conscious clothing is still fashionable?
That is a challenge many a times,
Yes.
because if there is a certain trend in the market,
Yeah.
my fabric cannot accommodate all those styles.
Yeah.
So then I'm not going there. I choose to take a step back
Okay.
and I look for what. See, basically, if you look at sustainability and organic clothing, if I say it's a little expensive, only people who are earning can afford it. So I don't see college going kids investing in that,
Yeah.
because they are the ones who like to be with the trend.
Yeah.
So for them to go for a 300 dirham top or a 500 dirham coat set becomes difficult, right? So they go for things which are easily available, reasonable, pocket friendly, which I completely don't deny, because they want fashion to keep
Yeah.
changing. I am trying to target people who are looking for environment, who are very conscious, who want to dress in a certain way, keeping in mind that they are looking formal, they are comfortable,
Yeah.
yet they're wearing something organic. The ones who are not running with the trend. Do I try to capture as much as I can if my fabric is allowing me to, but I don't push myself.
Now, what role does slow fashion play in transforming how we shop and dress?
As I said, slow fashion is little expensive.
Yeah.
So not everyone prefers it, but trust me, the minute people start understanding, I have so many people, I have clients who really want to come back because they know what they are wearing, they're very conscious, they're very aware, and they know what they are giving back to the environment.
Yes.
So, slow fashion, I think, especially in Dubai, will take it up. Probably it might take a little time till we all
Yeah.
understand the importance of it. But as I always say, the country is beautiful. The
Yeah.
amount of hard work and the amount of awareness they're putting in for people to know that organic and sustainability is the only key for our tomorrow. There's nothing else what we can look up to
Yeah.
if today we don't take care. So I think people will understand.
Definitely. So, in your experience, are customers becoming more conscious about what they wear and how it affects the planet?
They are getting conscious. I
Okay.
won't say all. There are
Yeah.
many who are conscious but still can't put in so much for it.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. I have to I have to see my lifestyle as a
Yeah.
customer. I have to see the environment. Then at the end I have to see my pocket.
Definitely.
So we can't say that, oh, we're going to care about the health and the environment and we're going to take loan for that. Definitely not. But I think everyone is at least trying to add that one garment into their cupboard, into their wardrobe or their collection, which is towards organic or cotton or good for their skin. So I think that itself is a big step. If everyone can start from one,
Yeah.
and then you start collecting over time, you'll see that there is a change. But definitely it will take time.
Definitely. So, also, do you feel that there's a gap in awareness about the harmful effects of the fast fashion on our health and the environment?
I really don't think so. Thanks to Google and the technology, everyone knows
Yeah.
it. It's like, we know that we have to eat healthy food. But
Yeah.
the minute you walk into a mall and you can
Yeah.
smell the burger and pizza, you
Yeah.
want to have it.
Yes.
There is awareness.
Yeah.
But then at that point of time, so when you walk into a mall and you see sale and you see amazing clothes,
Yes.
you know that not good for your skin and environment, but
Yes.
ek se kya hoga?
Yeah.
We can add that one piece. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll always be there.
Yes.
That'll always be there. There is a lot of awareness, but there is impulse buying also, which I think as human, it's a little difficult to stop.
Definitely. So, like, how do you educate your customer about the deeper story behind each garment?
So Instagram, thanks to our social media.
Yeah.
So we keep posting. There are posts about how the fabric should be, how we are
Yeah.
sourcing it, how we are stitching it. So those kind of reels I think help a lot. Then networking helps a lot.
Yeah.
So when I go for networking events, I meet people, I talk about it. I remember there was an event where people were surprised that what I was wearing was organic. And then there were a lot of questions that what do you mean by organic clothing?
Yeah. Yeah.
As you rightly asked in your last question, is the awareness less? Sometimes I feel yes.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple of people who asked me that, what do you mean by organic clothing?
Yeah.
We know organic food.
Yes.
What is organic clothing?
Yeah.
So networking helps. You can educate people, you can talk to them one on one. Of course, social media is another part where we keep talking about it as often as we can.
Also, what has been your proudest moment, in Priyankara so far?
Two,
Yeah.
my first order.
Okay.
The minute I was rolling an ad and I was waiting, like, someone should click and like,
Yeah.
I was that kind of an eager, that
Yeah. Yeah.
N2
Yeah.
cutlet I can say, who was just checking and sitting and checking on my phone. Is there anyone from the WhatsApp? Is there anything from the Instagram? What's happening? And someone called me who said, I'm so sorry, but I'm not good at, online visits. But this is a top which I liked. And coincidentally, she was also a teacher. So she said, I really loved this, but I'm a little dicey about the fabric. So we had a conversation. And since it was my first client, and
Yeah.
I always try that, if I can reach out to each client,
Yeah.
I went to her, I met her, she saw the fabric, she was so happy that there and there she placed an order for 2 tops. And when I delivered her first order
Yeah.
with our Priyankara bag,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the proudest moment. I can't
Yeah.
say I was dancing the whole day
Okay.
because I was very happy that someone liked it, apprecited
Yeah.
it. And the beauty was that she wore it,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
posted it.
Yes.
And when I asked her, I said, can I repost this? I mean, if you don't mind, if you want, I can put a
Yeah.
smiley on your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She said, please, I am so proud of carrying something so organic and amazing
Yeah.
fabric. I would love to associate.
Definitely.
So that was the first. And the second was just last week when Priyankara got Tally Awards. So we were the winner of, one of the winners of the Wonder Woman. So yes, that really gave me an assurance that there is something what we are doing right
Yeah.
and we need to continue.
Amazing. So, what future innovations or collections can we expect from the brand?
Now, I really don't know what future collection can we expect because whatever keeps coming, it's my daughter and myself. We keep making twist in that. So every month we look out for something new to come because I have my fabric.
Yeah.
I don't have to hold myself from trying something different or new. So we keep doing that. But yes, something new. I am very keen on starting a beauty line, or rather, not makeup,
Yeah.
basically skincare.
Okay.
That's been my love since last
Okay.
8 years.
Okay.
So something which is organic and sustainable.
Yeah. So we can expect this edition maybe later.
Yes, but for that I have to go through a lot of
Yeah,
further thing because
research.
this is something what I am been using
Yeah. Yeah.
since
Definitely.
years. So basic ingredients from your kitchen is, so I haven't used any face cream, any body cream,
Yeah.
any face wash
Okay.
from the market since last 8 years.
So you're using all natural elements.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my next love. If ever I get a chance, I would love to come up with that.
Great, amazing. So, you know what? If someone is just starting their journey towards sustainable fashion, what is one small step you'd recommend?
I would suggest be as authentic as you can because that gives you a lot of power to speak with confidence. If I am a little dicey about my product,
Yeah.
when I'm speaking about it, I'm going to fumble somewhere. I will have words like maybe you like it.
Yeah.
But when I have experienced it and when I have done it, experience your product. So when we launched, say 2 years back, but I wore these fabric past 4 years. I have worn them, I have
Yeah.
washed them in the machine, I've dried
Yeah.
them in Dubai's heat.
Yeah.
How the color fades, because as you
Yeah.
asked, herbal dye.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
also
yeah.
very worried that after 10 wash or 5 wash, maybe the color is gone.
Yeah.
What am I going to say? So
Yes.
try it. Be 125% sure before you launch it. And go with very easy launch. One mistake I think I made is I wanted to be very authentic, so I launched my website also, everything at one shot. I think first launch your product. Of course, get your license and everything, which is a
Yeah, yeah,
basic need.
of course.
But launch your product, see how it's doing in the market before you get into the expenses of making your website, because that takes a lot of funding.
Definitely.
So before you go there, just see how does it work in the market, so that in case you want to take your time, you have that.
Okay. Great. So, what does conscious living mean to you personally?
My water bottle says
Oh.
it. My 8 years beauty spoke about it. So we are
Okay.
trying to use as less plastic as possible.
Okay.
I carry my water bottle everywhere I go.
Okay, glass.
Glass or my reusable bottle, not plastic definitely.
Okay.
But depending, if I am going out for a longer hours, then I have a bigger bottle to survive
Okay.
on. But yes, definitely my water bottle, my tote bags, there are no more
Yeah.
plastics.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
I can say we avoid as much as we can. Even when
Right.
we have a event in the house, we try and incorporate a lot of eco-friendly stuff rather than taking plastic or foam. So small steps, but
Yeah.
yes. So even for our packaging, our bag in
Yeah.
which we deliver our clothes are organic bags, which can be reused and in many ways. Like you can make it a shoe bag, your hair dryer can be you
Yeah,
can pack
yeah.
it and carry your toiletries,
Definitely.
however you want to.
Great, great. And how can the listeners, they can connect with Priyankara and explore your collections?
They can go on my website. It's priyankara.online, my Instagram handle, Facebook, my number is there. Any information needed, any more details they want to understand of how the fabric is. I love to reach out to everyone who's interested in it.
Yes. Now, how would you give back to the society?
Okay. So our one way of giving back is by itself, organic clothing, which is sustainable.
Yeah.
The day you throw it, I wouldn't say it immediately will get into the landfill, like into the earth, but of course, within a year, it will get into it.
Yes.
It won't be there for decades. The second is my daughters love stray dogs.
Yeah. Great.
She's been working with stray dogs when she was 15 years old, when she was not allowed to. So I remember when she walked into one of the shelters that, can I help? They
Yeah.
said, no, you're too young, you can't. Like, we are scared
Okay.
that,
Yeah,
because they are stray animals,
Yeah, of course.
something triggers them.
Yeah.
They don't want to harm you, but accidentally it can happen. So then I'm scared of dogs.
Yeah.
My husband used to take her.
Okay.
So from there, her journey started of giving
Okay.
back. And trust me, she used to get dogs home,
Yeah.
foster them.
Yeah.
I used to be in my room locked.
Yeah.
The dogs used to be left open till they get used to me and I get used to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every time she gets them, she used to foster and then they used to get adopted. But finally, our last one, he just chose us. He said, I'm not going anywhere. So we adopted him. So whenever we make a sale, even there are times when we don't make a sale, a certain percentage which is in our mind, whatever we can, we put a contribution to stray animals.
Okay.
So be it Dubai, be it India, there are times when we go to India and we do it wherever we are.
Great.
So that's the way she loves to give back.
Okay. Great. So that's a very different and innovative way.
No,
Yeah.
it's her love.
Yeah.
My dad was my dad
Okay.
was very fond of animals. We had sections in our house where there were dog feeding.
Yeah.
One balcony there were pigeons, and
Yeah.
the other balcony was dedicated to crows. So I think she's got it from him.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important.
Yeah, great, amazing. So, also, we would like to know that what is your message, to the young and aspiring women entrepreneurs?
Just do what your heart feels.
Yeah,
don't think. I think this last award made me feel that if you really feel you want to do something, just go for
Yeah.
it. Give it a try. I didn't want to regret, in life that I wanted to do this, but I was contemplating. Give it a try. Either it'll work, either it won't work.
Of course.
Give your 100%, and then let the environment decide for you what it has to, give you back. In most cases, I think when you put all your heart and soul into it, it will take time, but you will succeed. You will reach somewhere. When you're doing something good, it's not going to make you fall down. But if it does, stand up again. I think women are very strong to do that.
Definitely. So that was a wonderful conversation with you, Ms. Bhavika. And with
so
this, we end our episode for today for She Talks Season 2. And we wish you all the best for your future and all your projects.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for joining us today for She Talks Season 2.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much. So, with this, we end our session for today for She Talks Season 2. And this is your host, Dania Hussain, signing off for today. Thank you so much.